Good evening. Welcome to Options Standard. It's Sunday evening, October 29th, 23. Okay, a lot of important information here. I wanted to do an alternative video to what I did on yesterday. This is the complete opposite. Okay, I want to give you the alternative count on if this market decides to get bullish, especially into FOMC. I know there's a lot of talk about the Fed and things like that. Like I said, I don't really care too much what they have to say, but I do know that they're able to manipulate the market in certain ways. So Fed pause, Fed not pause, hike, no hike. I don't know, but the market's going to react off of it. And probably the first reaction is not going to be the correct reaction. Okay. So before we get all bearish up, which I am a bear. I'm going to give you the alternative point of view because we're going to break certain levels if we get bullish and we break those certain levels and they're going to be in the near term. Then I want you to be in the right direction. I want you to trade with the trend. So I don't care about being a bull or bear. It's not my personality. It's where I think the market is going, and I want to follow that trend. Okay. So on the video from yesterday, I showed a lot of indicators, but what I was explaining is if the market's going to be super bearish, a lot of those indicators are going to be sort of invalidated. They can go further, more extreme. So we're not going to look at indicators today. We're just going to look at market price and structure and give the what if scenario, because this, and you got to stick around because this scenario actually fits perfectly with what could happen. So technically I want you to be 50-50 on what happens through FOMC. All right. So if you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Tender logo and subscribe. So thanks for being here. And if you can, please, the number one thing that you can do for this channel is hit that like button so we can continue to grow and get our information out to as many people as possible. All right. So we're going to go through SPY on the daily. We're going to stick around on all daily. We're going to go SPY daily, QQQ, and then we're going to run through those tech stocks just like we did on yesterday, and show you the alternative situation. And they all have an alternative count. Excuse me. Okay, so this is super important. I don't want you to be too biased. If you are going to be biased, like I will be, then I want you to have proper protection on through FOMC. It's going to move quick, and it's going to be pretty volatile. So you may want to wait till it ends, till the dust settles. Okay, so here's SPY on the daily time frame. We have the all-time high right here as wave 3. This is an ABC correction down to wave 4. And what we're looking at is an ending expanding diagonal. It fits perfect where we have an ABC for wave 1, ABC for wave 2, ABC for wave 3. It's a longer wave 3 than wave 1. ABC, you see how it's getting much bigger. This wave 4 is getting a lot larger. You say, well, this is a 5-wave move. You've been telling us this whole time. What do you see now? Well, if you dig in there, we have on this one, and we're going to show QQQ as well, a 1, 2, or excuse me, A, B, and this would be a larger 1. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an ABC. All right, we're right into that 62% retracement from the potential wave 2. So that's a great setup. That's a great setup from that point. I know it's a deep. This is an ending diagonal expanding. So we not only crossed wave 1, which check marks that off, but we're getting a nice deep retracement in the 62%. That works out perfect for this scenario. And now we're looking for one more expanded wave. Okay, so we want larger than even this wave 3, but it has to be a 3-wave move for the ending diagonal. And so we're looking for an A, which would create, we're going to get some trouble here at that resistance here for the bottom of the A and the top here. So that's going to create left shoulder, possible head, and some sort of right shoulder here. So we're going to get an A, B, and I think down into this expanded trend line, which also coincides with the old 50% retracement where we had this this bounce here. Okay, so that works out perfect for an A down into the trend line. This trend line is going to be very valid. And then much higher. And now I have this 100% here because that would be the same distance as wave 3 for right off this wave 4 here. So that would be the same distance. And so we just have to get just a penny over it for this to be validated as an expanding diagonal. So we want to get to this point. That's when you want to really, really take down some of your calls or some of your long positions if you're in them. If this is the case, that happens. So we have this ABC into a wave 5. So you see this structure is smaller. Then we expand to the downside too, and really, really rip to the upside for the wave 5. Okay, that's for SPY. Now, QQQ shows just a little bit different because QQQ has been, the triple Qs have been the leader to each side. So this one's kind of just a little bit different. They're all impulse waves. We have a 1, 2, a leading diagonal for this 1, 2, and then a 1, 2. So we're ending with the 3 in the yellow, 4 with the yellow, and we're right around that 382 retracement. We might even have just a little bit more to go into FOMC with the 336 area, which would coincide with some of this support here as well. Also the 200 moving average. We don't have to get down there. Just stay level to look at. We're at that 382. We're already in the box for a wave 4. Looking for that yellow wave 5 to end. Probably give us trouble up here. And people will call it double top and this and that at the top of wave 3, which would be this wave 3 in the white. Some sort of pullback here. Probably not that shallow. It could be somewhere in this area. Wave 4 is huge here, so we'll have to play around with that. And then a wave 5 to complete just above here. Still considered a double top scenario, but honestly, this could go much, much higher. Seeing how this is the leader, it could be some sort of blow off top. This could go way higher than the top here. And I'll show you Microsoft kind of does the same thing. Microsoft already had those highs. Okay, so we'll pay attention to those in NVDA as well. That's what I want to show you. So we're only on wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tech's going to lead the way. Make new highs plus more. Now let's go through those tech stocks. SPY is going to be a little bit weaker. I suppose the Dow could be holding it back a little bit, but even the small caps, we're not going to take a look at those, but even the small caps have come down so far and they've made a 5-wave move. So I do expect them to have a ramp sometime, maybe even towards the end of all of our moves, just to hold up the market in certain ways. So we'll have to play around with that later. This is all speculative. And then I'll go into the 65-minute with SPY at the end here just to see, okay, well, if FOMC creates some sort of bullish run, then what are we looking for on the 65 coming up soon? All right. I said I was going to do the daily, but really, really important. So let's go through Apple. All right, Apple has earnings coming up, so we could come into the 62% retracement. We could maybe gap down a little bit and just rip. We could just rip from here. Now we have an A in A, B, C for B, and then a C coming down here. Okay, so that's where our ABC going to wave 4 and then 5, making a new high. We already made highs here. We're looking to make new highs again. This is the bullish scenario, you guys. I'm going to whip through these as fast as I can. Didn't quite cross over here on Amazon, so we still have a 1, 2, all impulse, 3, wave 4. We have an ABC here, and we already started the initial move pop up here from earnings. We just have a downtrend line that we have to get above. This is a confirmation above B that we go higher. Okay, so with Amazon, I'd be looking for wave 5 to really, really, really rip here to get new highs. Okay, unless it's an ABC and we get a lower high and everything else just kind of pulls up. But Amazon loves to have its move like way after. All right, not really lead things, just way after and just rip while everything else is trying to go down. So keep an eye out for that. Meta. Again, you have wave 3 down to 4, and this one, impulse 1, 2. It's actually a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 3, and we're just now getting wave 4. And now this is what I was talking about the other day when I was talking about Meta. It's in the title. So you look in here and you have these. Let me get. I'll pull back just a little bit in just a minute. So we have wave 4, and I said, hey, well, it looks like we have 3 waves ending this. Well, it looks like we're just like the market. We have an ending diagonal. So this would be a 3-wave move up. Excuse me, 3, an A, B, C for a 3-wave move up for a 1. Made new highs. We got this nice 3-wave move, an ABC for A, B, and a 5-wave impulsive move for C into wave 2. This would be wave 2. Did not make new lows. Can't make new lows. It's invalidated under this low. And then I'll expand out now. So you can see the highs up here. Those are the highs there. All-time highs. And so we're looking for a 3-wave move up for 3. Nice. 3 can't be the smallest. So it's going to be a nice large wave there. Could be expanding. We'll have to see later on. We don't have enough information. Down to wave 4. We want to cross over wave 1. So wave 4 and then 5 to complete this with new highs. All 3 waves. Google. Google did not make new highs, but we're looking at same situation. The ending diagonal. ABC for 1. All 3 waves. So we have this impulsive wave. This is zigzag right here into 3. We have an expanded flat into 4. An A, B, C. And now we're looking for an ABC for 5. Could be a double top. Could be a little bit more than that. Microsoft already made new highs. So this one is kind of leading the market. This looks like a little bit more like the Qs, but just stronger. Made new highs here. So the wave 4, and now we're looking for wave 5. All impulse here. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 3, and then pull back for wave 4 and much higher here. So I think Microsoft's going to be very strong in this move if we are bullish. Complete opposite from Friday. Complete opposite. I know that, but I want your mind to be able to trigger if something happens to where the market is like, oh yeah, oh baby, we're going higher. I don't want you to keep fighting the trend and saying, oh, well, we got to be bearish in some way. We got to be bearish, and you're fighting it and you're losing money and you keep shorting it. No. We switch. We'll switch with the trend. This is completely valid. All these are completely valid. Tesla could be a massive leader could be massive. I wanted to look at this as a 1, 2, 3. It's still possible, and this is 4 and 5 being an ending diagonal, but these, I can't tell what's going on in here. They look impulsive, so I look at this as a zigzag, which clearly they want you to, because that would be a nice zigzag for a wave 2 pullback. If this was the high here, that would be a perfect pullback, and then you head lower, right? Zigzag. So that's what gives that the image of it. Now we can look at this as an ABC, as a zigzag, yes, but as an ending diagonal. Okay, 1, wave 2, and we start to, this is so large of a move that we're probably going to get smaller wave 3, but even smaller wave 5. You see what I mean? 3 can't be the smallest, so we'll have to see how that plays out, but 1, 2, and then we're looking for a 3-wave move into 3, but I think it's going to be shorter than this first leg. Into 3-wave for 4 and 3-wave for 5 up higher. All right, and we'll have certain things that we'll be able to use, extensions and things like that, looking for targets later on, if that is the case. And NVDA, the strongest of them all. Huge wave 3 into wave 4. It's just a massive move to finish wave 5. We have 1, 2, 3, all impulsive. And now getting in here, we have an ABC for an A, ABC for B, and a 5-wave move down for C into 4. And we're looking for one more move up for wave 5. Okay, that could be the reason why tech is all just crunched up and they're just kind of holding the market. It could be the reason, and we go higher. How much higher? Well, we'll look into that later, but it could equal wave 1. There's extensions as well that we'll do as well, but that's mainly what I want to show you. And then you said, what about the VIX? You know, you talked about the VIX on Saturday. And so I wasn't planning on doing this, but so what we'd be now looking at as the VIX this is just a wedge. This would be a bearish rising wedge. And we break down from this and we continue probably to make new lows. If we don't make new lows, maybe we just retest this wedge way down lower here over time. Okay, and then we start to climb after that. Maybe we don't even make a new low, seeing how this is the last possible leg to the upside for the market. Okay, so super important. Don't forget to like the video. All this information, this is super important. So now you have this in your book, in your head, if the market happens to reverse on us and happens to get bullish. Super important. This is a great scenario. I don't care which scenario happens. I just want to be on the right side of it. I'm very bearish. I see the market as such a bearish. And then we said we'd go through SPY. So let's go through SPY on the 65. Start with the daily here, and we'll just go to normal technical analysis. And you know, if this happens, if this starts to happen, we're going to break this downtrend, but we're really looking at this one here. This will be our key. So let's highlight this. This will be the make or break point. Okay, we got to get and stay above this. All right, we're going to go to 65. Give you a little different perspective. We have a slight channel going here. We want to break above this. We plan on breaking above this no matter what scenario. This 430 is going to be key. 430 in this downtrend line that we're highlighting. I'm going to highlight this channel. This is going to be key. Right here. This is going to be key. This here. And then what puts the nail in the coffin is this 437 area right up top here. So we get super bullish. We break out this channel. We have a couple more things to go through. And then it should be a little bit more obvious on QQQ. Just if you go through like the daily time frame. Let's put on the daily board. Sorry to keep dragging on here. We had our let's see. Was it the 65 minute? No. Let's redraw this on the daily just so I can show you. This is what we'll be looking for. Get a channel. Hit all those highs. It goes along right with those lows here. And we'll turn it turquoise so it can stand out. So we have our flag. If you're a bull, this is our flag. We really start to ramp up. We break above this. We continue higher. Okay. So remember, we're looking for a couple of impulse moves. This is only wave 3 to 4, and then a move higher, back test, higher. Okay. It will show in a lot of these stocks here. We start breaking these. What are some of these points that we break? If you look at the Elliott wave, the bearish count, you start getting above the 50% into the 62. We're gonna be shorting here, at least putting on, depending on how we feel about this count, putting on some sort of neutral play here. It's a big area. You have resistance here at 62%. We start getting above this and holding at 62%. See ya. All right. See you later. And then we have these areas here. I know it's a lot to look at, but if we start getting past the 62%, you know, this is supposed to be a bearish market. This pullback here should be looking at 50, 60%, and then zoom to the downside. We start getting above 60%. That's not what we're looking at anymore. Okay. 60% move plus. You hold that 60%, we're going higher. We're going much higher. All right. Or if we start holding the higher lows at that point. And I'll have those, that expanding flat. I'll have some trend lines drawn out here for Monday as well to help support. If this is a bullish scenario, we'll hold those trend lines and we'll go higher. You saw that on SPY on our scenario. You saw that on the alt scenario where this is expanding flat, or excuse me, expanding flat, expanding diagonal. So we have our trend line here down below if we don't go any lower, and then we're going to go up, test these highs here, and possibly make a higher low and inverse head and shoulder and head higher. All right, that's all I have for you. Thanks for joining us here, Option Center. Don't forget to like the video. We'll talk to you tomorrow.